Namaskar, brothers and sisters. Quick message for today. It's called The Call of Universal. As long as you exist, you have to perform service. The moment you stop, you will fall into an abyss. You should not do this. It is your nature to carry yourself from narrowness to vastness, from greatness to divinity. It is against your nature to allow yourself to fall into an abyss. You long for eternal bliss. You endeavor for eternal life, and you are fused with that very unending life in the circulation of your blood and in the rhythmic vibrations of the contractions of your heart. You have been listening day and night to the voice of eternal youth. In the state of supreme attainment and supreme realization, you will be infused with boundless knowledge. O human being, be established in the radiance of God lines, of main lines, because yours is a path of revolution. Yours is not a path of extra caution and hesitant movement. You are travelers on a difficult path. You have to march ahead, with the head held high and with your chest forward. You have not a moment to stagger or look behind. O human beings, you are fortunate. The clarion call of the universal has reached you. The very call is vibrating in every cell of your body. Will you now lie inert in the corner of your house? Will you now waste your time by clutching ancient skeletons to your breast and moaning over them? The Supreme Being is calling you in the roar of the ocean, in the thunder of the clouds, in the speed of the lightning, in the meteors' flaming fires. Nothing will come of remaining idle. Get up and awaken the clouded chivalry of your dormant youth. The path might not be covered with flowers. An inferiority complex may seek to hold back your every advancing footstep, but even then you have to proceed onward, tearing the shroud of darkness. You will soon rend the thick darkness of despair on the way to the attainment of the supreme state and advance onwards in the swift-moving chariot, radiant with the sun's brilliance. Shri Shri Anandamurti. Bhavanam Kevalam, brothers and sisters. I don't know how to start today my little speech. Maybe with the words that we have to be very careful. What we say, what we think, not get involved too much into intellectual discussions, which I found myself doing. We have different standards, opinions, moral values. And when we are talking about morality, that's a very important subject for me, So I'll be careful in the future, I promise. If I discuss those things with the people, I don't want to impose anything on anybody. But I realize that people are lowering their moral standards, views. They're a little bit making compromises. They are making some mistakes, maybe I should say, because we have to have high moral standards. There are things which cannot be forgiven easily. And what I want to say is actually that making our standards lower, we jeopardize our fight. Some things cannot be permitted. Some people who put themselves in situation to make compromises with the establishment, with the system, to make their life more comfortable and easier. Probably they think they do it in order to gain freedom or to conserve their freedom and conformity from before. They are jeopardizing the situation of other people as well. And what I want to say is I'm very against ones who accept that poison, that juice. They can find many excuses why they are doing that. I understand their situation, to save their jobs, to travel or whatever. But it's a selfish approach because they are not dragging themselves downhill. They are dragging others with them downhill as well. Because what they are doing, they are feeding the beast. As more people comply with these things, the beast is getting stronger. The beast is fed more and will push their agenda even further in a more cruel way. So if they have no mercy, we should not have mercy as well. We have to be like this blade. We cannot make compromises. We cannot make deal. And those people who are traitors to me, maybe some of them are very good people. I understand their situation. I don't want to be harsh on them. But we are in the war, and there is no mercy. There is no middle way in the war. You have to choose the side. You have to be on the sunny side of the street. You cannot walk on the middle of the road in this situation, because it's war between good and evil has no mercy for us at all. So we cannot show any weakness or any doubts, and we have to have very high moral standards, because morality is the base of the natural law, and we have to stick to the natural law. That's our only chance to win in this spiritual warfare, in this fight. We have no choice. We have no choice. People has to understand that. There is no negotiations. There is no deals. There are no deals. There are no mercy in this war. We have to fight for ourselves as harder as we can and stay strong. Because they want to twist things. They want to impose decadence, immorality, fear, everything which is not good, everything which is against God. So if we don't stand up and be firm and determined in this fight, the war will prolong, and it's in their interest to make it as long as possible, because that will exhaust us, frustrate us, weaken us, and should be opposite. We should exhaust and starve them. They are in rush. So we are in rush too. It's a nice day. The spring is coming. 11th of February, sunshine. My garden is a little dry, but soon it will be green again. Slowly we are getting out of this winter. Maybe with new strength, the sunshine will bring new hope. So the message is to keep on fighting and not making compromises, and stick to your values, moral values, and stick to each other, and try to overcome misunderstandings with other people, because there is a lot of confusion, and some people want to be patient and have compassion for the others and forgive them because they are doing wrong things for humanity and for themselves. Because complying is aligning with evil, is supporting evil. It doesn't matter if it's consciously or unconsciously. And excuses are not important in this case. Everybody can find excuses for doing immoral things. Universe doesn't see that. Universe only judges you by your actions. Excuses you can keep for yourself. They are just words. Your actions are what matter, actually. So be aware of your actions. Don't comply. If you want to forgive them, forgive them. They are weak. To me, they are cowards and traitors. I admit that. Maybe I'm too harsh. But thinking as a warrior, I know there is no mercy in any war, and the traitors are not welcome. And then sometimes they make more damage to the freedom fighters than the real enemy, because they are stabbing you in the back. So I hope Baba will forgive me for being a little bit cruel to some people. And many of them are good. I understand their situation. They have to feed their families. But there is always some other possibilities. There is always some options. You don't have to do treacherous act towards humanity. Our situation is already pretty complicated. I wouldn't say bad, but let's say complicated. So we don't need any extra problems and complications. And that's definitely not sticking together. If everybody is looking their own interests, and in the most cases are selfish reasons and irrelevant reasons, to take the shot because somebody needs to go for holidays or whatever, we have to stand up united and say no for all these things. Then we have really good chance to win. Otherwise, they will keep dividing us. And it's not us who are fighting for freedom, who want division. They are doing division because they are aligning with the enemy. They are making the gap between ones who got the shot and ones who didn't. And we have to have compassion, we have to have understanding, to forgive them on top of all. It's a little bit too much to ask, I'm afraid. Too much to ask. And they look at us down like we are the troublemakers. We don't comply. We are not good citizens or whatever. Of course we are not good citizens. We are rebels. We are freedom fighters. So brothers and sisters, stay on that path and be strong and never give up, never. And if others are looking at you as bad guys, or the one who are making problems, because majority accepted all this BS. Only few people are fighting back, actually, if we are looking at the numbers. Then, if we give up our fight, and let evil to prevail, there is no future for us or our children, or humanity in general. We cannot permit to lose this war. Simple as that. We just can't permit. Because things will just go worse and worse in the future. We will become biological robots. We will lose everything which nature and God gave us. Not only freedom, we will lose our dignity. We will lose our soul. So we just can't permit. So there is no compromise. No mercy for once who decided to comply, to obey, to surrender. And in the majority of the cases, those are selfish reasons and material reasons. Those people are weak, and we should not permit them to drag us down the hill with them. We have to show them the path, the right way. So, we will fight to the end, brothers and sisters. I wish you all the best. Namaskar.